What's up, guys? How's it going? Another day here in Hexland. Yes, you heard that right. Richard Hart has been served, or has he? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts, then we'll get on to the news. All right, we'll first start off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a huge sell-off, $41,072 right now. Huge sell-off. It got cleared down to $40,239 yesterday, but it's down 0.41% today, only $161 down. Ethereum looking about the same, a little bit bigger of sell-off, 2% down today, $2,178. Crazy how much everybody is bullish right here, but maybe we're getting a bull flag. I don't know, everything's a bull flag when you want to be a perma bull like myself. All right, let's go ahead and see what Hex Pulsechain and Pulse. Oh boy, 4 zeros and a 5 right now, 3.58% down on Pulsechain. 4 zeros, 1.3 on pulsex, down 4% today. And incentive token 44 cents, and it's down 3% today. Hex P-Hex is down 5.83% today. It's 2 zeros, 8.1. Only $726,000 of volume right now, with 559 sales, 1,100 buys. All right, let's check out the chart. There's your beautiful E-Hex chart. Beautiful, some might say. Horrendous, many others would say. Many others would say. Check out the pulse chain. All right, here's your pulse chain chart. Look at that, guys. Got clear down to that support line and moved right back up. Now we've got these resistances at, let's see, 0.0088 and 0.009, and probably one at 1 cent, as it's the psychological. So, yeah, we got some work to do, boys. We got some work to do, but green candle. Look at that green candle. Beautiful to see. Beautiful to see it. One T-share right now is going to run you $253 over on Pulse Chain, and it's going to pay you, one T-share is paying out 5.4 cents with 9.75% staked. Over on E-Hex, $143 for a T-share, 3 cents for a T-share payout, and a 9.34% is staked. Look at that beautiful chart. And we got, at least look at that beautiful green candle. Look at that. Boom. Explosion. But the last 7 days, 13.32% down. As you can see, 61 million Hex has been bought in the last 24 hours, with 54 million has been sold, and 130 million has been staked, with 120 million that has been unstaked. There you guys go. All right, inflation numbers are actually down, guys. 3.1%. This is actually really good. So there we go. So we, as the Fed usually wants to go to about 2%, we're getting closer. But if they really want to get down there, boy, we might be living in the Stone Age by the time they get there, because it's harder to do. But maybe they'll do a stoppage the next Fed meeting. Well, let's check out Senator Warren. As she put out that bill yesterday, the beautiful lady that she is, the bank fiat lady. She just loves the banks, the people that got bailed out in 2008, those guys that ruined the entire economy for years. She's now trying to hold up for them. So thank you, Senator Warren. But it seems like no bills that she ever backs or sponsors, they never go into, they never get passed. So she put in 36 bills in the 118th Congress. Guess what? 0 of them passed. 103 bills in the 117th, 0 passed. 98 bills in 116th, 0 passed. 180 bills in the 115th Congress, 0 passed. And 27 bills in the 114th Congress. Guess what? How many? Guess how many? 0. So she's literally done nothing in the last however many years. But she's when we check up on her, let's see how much Mrs. Warren makes a year. All right, so Mrs. Warren, she's her net worth is worth $67 million. How do you get that much? Working in Congress? What? Her salary is $285,000. And let me guess, she's worked there for 6 years, so she'd be worth about $1.2 million if she saved every penny that she earned. So let's see. But how is her monthly income? $400. That's near what? That's almost twice as much as her salary. Yearly salary. Her date of birth, back in the Stone Age. Let's see, her height. Whoa, she's gargantuan. U.S. Senator, nationality. I don't know about that one. I heard that she ran around with feathers up in her hat, but she's worth $67 million and $400,000. You know, make it make sense to you guys. I don't know what she's doing. You let me know what you guys think Mrs. Warren is up to. Boy, but the banking sector loves her, so we love. There we go. All right, so Richard Hart has been served. Apparently to the SEC, Richard Hart has now been served. It shows on October 31st, in accordance with the Finnish law and Hague Convention, service abroad of judicial extrajudicial documents, that Richard Hart was served. Let's go ahead and take a look at the document that shows that how he was served. All right, so here's the case. Reason for substitute service in case Richard's case. So the recipient was Mr. Schuler. Address of recipient, this Karvakadata, in Helsinki, Finland. According to our civil registry, the intended recipient has a permanent address at the residence listed above. Attempts at contacting Mr. Schuler have been made since the 13th of September, initially by letter, telephone, and text message. After the initial contact attempt provided no results, the process server attempted to contact Mr. Schuler directly at his residence on the 29th of September. At least 3 contact attempts were made at the address between the 29th of September and the 24th of October, with the process server leaving behind a contact request form and at least 2 of those occasions. Other attempts at further phone calls and text messages were performed, but none resulted in a reply. The multiple attempts of contacting Mr. Schuler using different methods over a period lasting nearly 7 weeks has given ample time for response from Mr. Schuler. As this is a civil matter and service is to be performed in accordance with domestic Finnish legislation, it is the decisions of the process server that these documents shall be served through the method of substitute service in accordance with the Finnish Code of Judicial Procedure. Notice the service will be sent to Mr. Schuler's address, and the documents to be served will be deposited at the Helsinki police station, where they will remain available for pickup for 21 days from the day of October 31st. So it's saying that he was served on October 31st because they left the papers at the police station. So the SEC, it looks like they're checking off the box that they served him. So I don't know if it's going to even matter that Richard, if he doesn't reply or not. It might go into default because he doesn't reply at this point. I don't know. I'm not an armchair lawyer. I'm just reading it like this. And it sounds like, you know, since October 31st, that possibly Richard has known at least that he's been served. He might not even live in Finland. That's the thing. He might not even live there. He might, you know, some people just think that he lives there and he doesn't. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think that happens to this? I'm hoping that Richard Hart just, you know, starts. They've got a few weeks. They've checked the box now that he's been served. And some people think that Richard doesn't have lawyers. I know for a fact he has lawyers. So, okay. So you guys don't need to worry about if Richard Hart's not going to get any lawyers. He has lawyers. Okay. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. He's not a goof. He's not a goof. He's going to hire lawyers. He's going to hire some really good lawyers. He has lawyers. So, but yeah, if he doesn't live here, I mean, it's going to be pretty weird for the SEC to just be like, yeah, we served him. And then it's like, no, you didn't. You didn't serve him correct way. But there is the HAGUE service. Let's see. So if you're not already, go follow Nuclear Herbs. Nuclear Herbs, if you want to spell it out. He is pretty good. I think he's a lawyer and he understands a lot of this. So let's, but he put, here's what we know. The SEC thinks the RH has been served. Finland has different service process rules than we do here. In the U.S., a fundamental requirement of due process in any proceeding that is to be accorded finality is notice reasonably calculated under the circumstances to apprise interested parties of the pendency of action and afford them an opportunity to present their objections. Will dropping a letter at his last known address work? I personally can't think of a judge who would agree that this was personal service, but I've never had to serve anyone overseas and had never had to deal with the HAGUE process. I've had to serve people by what we call nail-in mail, where you post to someone's door and mail them a certified copy, but that was only authorized after asking permission from the court. If he was served on if he was served on October 31st and the SEC considers it as good service, why haven't they moved for a default judgment? I did a little research, and if you waive HAGUE service, you get 90 days. But if you don't, you get 21. See below. Again, not an expert or on this, or even really familiar with the HAGUE service, having never needed to do it. Is R8 still a U.S. citizen or a foreign defendant? As usual, nothing is straightforward and easy. Let's hope we see something filed for R8 soon that answers some of the questions. So here's the Hague Convention service of process. If you guys want to know what it is, under the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, service of the complaint and summons on foreign defendant may be conducted by internationally agreed means of service reasonably calculated to give notice, such as authorized with the Hague Convention. Over 70 countries worldwide ratified or adopted the Hague Convention as a mechanism for service of process, including the most Western European countries, China, Japan, and Russian Federation. Despite the service requirement, many cases filed against the foreign defendant never undergo a formal service of process procedure under the Hague Convention. Instead, many foreign defendants waive the service requirement because the federal rules provide the foreign defendants with 90 days to file an answer to the complaint instead of the standard 21 days if they waive the service. So he's asking, is Richard a foreign defendant, which would give him 90 days, or 21 days if he was a U.S. citizen, which I think that Richard is still a U.S. citizen. From the last time, when he came to America, I'm pretty sure I thought he was a U.S. citizen. He talks about it on his streams a lot. So, but that's it. That's all we got, guys. That's all we know. Is Richard been served? Maybe according to the courts, he's been served. Maybe it's not. Or according to the SEC, he's been served. But according to the courts, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't done correctly. And again, we're going to just have to wait and see. This is the wait and see game. Guys, I wouldn't worry about it as much as, some people are out there freaking out about it. I get it. It is very anxiety ridden. But it is into play. There's nothing you can do about it, right? There's nothing you personally can do about it. You can cheer on the sidelines and, think positive and put out positive vibes. Because listen, guys, manifesting really is a legit thing, in my opinion. If you manifest something, if you think that Richard's going to do this or that he's not going to do this, and everybody in your consciousness and everybody online and everybody thinks that it's going to happen, maybe it happens. So if we put out positive vibes, if we put out good vibes into the world, man, maybe there's some good stuff that happens instead of all this nonsense that people try to spew all day. Well, Richard's gonna do this and Richard's blah blah blah. Put out positive vibes, man. No need. There's already enough bad in the world. Why do we need to put more bad vibes out in the world, right? All right, last but not least, here's some bad vibes. 45 million Pulse just liquidated. If you guys didn't know, on if you're taking any kind of leverage trading platforms, just realize when they say, it's gonna pump the price to crazy prices, which it can. Don't get me wrong. When people are starting to go long, and everybody's long in Pulsechain and pulsex and Hex and all of these other coins. Yeah, they can have huge green candles because people are leveraging them. But once it's a cascading effect on the other way down too. So it goes both ways. So be careful out there. Don't be dumb and get all of your Pulsechain liquidated and or your pulsex, Pulsechain, Hex. Be very careful out there using any type of leverage platforms. I don't suggest using them at all. Because I'm not, I've done the trading game. I did leverage trading back in the day, and guess what? No money got out of there. And you think that you're going to be different? You're not going to be different. Stop being a weirdo. You're not going to be different, obviously. Jeez. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hopefully you guys hit that like button, subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow, and later, guys.